Iron. Ironbound. Iron lung. Iron worker. Irony. Well, hello there. My name is Zach Johnson and this is Talks with Zach Johnson. Today we'll be talking about irony. Irony comes in 3 different tastes. Situational, dramatic, and, wait for it, verbal. So we're going to talk about dramatic first. Now dramatic is those cheesy scenes in movies, you know, when everybody knows more than the actors. Yeah, you sort of get me? Well, let's find an example. Dora! Perfect example. You know how she goes, "Do you see Swiper?" And you just sit back and you go, he's just walking around, I mean, how are you that blind? And then, you know, she goes, "Where?" And yeah, you just stop watching the show. Anyway, another example is when, you know, Juliet fakes her death in Romeo and Juliet. You know, it's probably the well-known one, you know. Romeo kills himself and then he just looks at Juliet as like a ghost who's come back alive and he's like, "Ah!" Anyway, situational irony is the next one I'm going to talk about. And that is when it is a situation, but it's ironic. I don't know how to explain it in a definition, but it is easy to explain with an example. So you're at a cafe and you're having a great lunch and you're with your friends and you're having a good laugh and it's fantastic, and then there's a bloke who crosses the road and you're watching this bloke. I don't know why you're watching this bloke because you're a bit stalker, but anyway, and then an ambulance comes out of nowhere. You didn't even see it or hear it and it runs the bloke over. I mean, that is a situational ironic time, because I actually didn't know how to word that, but that is a time when it's situationally ironic. Anyway, another example could be when you get stabbed with a blunt knife, mainly because, you know, it's blunt and yeah. Anyway, last but not least is verbal irony. Now this one's confusing, so I'm going to have to look up some definitions for this one. Alright, just give me a second here. Give me a second. Okay, so verbal irony occurs when speakers say the opposite of what they mean. Now, it is confused with the other one called sarcasm. Now, sarcasm is a little different, but it's got the same gist of it. Sarcasm is the use of irony to mock or convey contempt. So, it's different. Sort of. A little bit. Anyway. An example of verbally ironic is when you roll around in dog poo. I mean, we've all done it one time in our lives. If you haven't, then you haven't lived. And, you know, you roll around, you smell just disgusting, and so I come out of the smoke and go, "Oh, that's the new Chanel range? Oh, wow, where can I pick some of that up?" Another one could be when somebody says, "Look, it's getting cloudy." Yeah, it's not an ironic statement by itself, but when you're out in the middle of nowhere and the person is talking about the smallest cloud on record ever, I know, that's amazing, and you've got no water, it happens to be out in the outback, then it's ironic. And it sucks, because then everybody wants to kill you if you said it. So I hope you guys got a little bit out of this, and if you didn't, I will read the actual irony statement from dictionary.com. Sorry, I'm kidding. I don't want to. Yeah, so in this I use some other literary devices. Let's see if I can name. Just give me a second. What do I use? I think I used a hyperbole. Maybe. I don't know. So yeah.